started to be used, kind of thing. This section here, so they're constantly evolving Weatherfield. And because they wanted more businesses, it meant more characters, more storylines that they could have. So here we've got the Red Bank Brothers building. The top up there, well, Adam and Sarah, they have the apartments at the top. If you remember a while ago, they had marital issues, clothes coming over the top, kind of all over the coals. Then we've got speed dial here that goes down into the basement, kind of thing, as we know, because you always see people coming down, don't you? Kind of thing. That seems to have more people in it these days than actually the Rovers Return, I think. You've got stag nights going on in there, and you've got the storyline of Stu and Yasmin kind of like carrying on in there. I really do hope Yasmin and Stu, I hope it turns out good. I really do. And then we've got two businesses at the side. We've got Snooker Hall here. Well, I've never seen anybody go in or out of the Snooker Hall. But one of the storylines was Peter and Dev were going to take it on. They were going to open it again. But one night they got a little bit tipsy, thought they saw a ghost, and that kind of ended that storyline. And then we've got the tattoo parlour. Tattoo will do nicely. That's a great name, isn't it? That's a fabulous name. Tattoo will do nicely. But nobody again goes in or out. But we do know that Tyrone, a couple of weeks ago, went to go and sort out his tattoo on his leg, and he had Fizz tattooed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was spelt wrong. They had put two Z's on it. And you go, oh, Ty, you could have just got it removed, kind of thing. And then because just on the other side of this building, well, you've got the main road, and you've also got the trams going past. And when they're filming, quite often, they kind of like have the noise of the trams actually on the tape kind of thing, on the production. Well, they have to live with it. So they kind of like built Weatherfield North to tie it in. And quite often, when you hear trams on the soundtrack, you'll usually see a tram going across one of the bridges. Either here, or at the end of Rosamond Street, or at the Viaduct Street, kind of thing. And in fact, on Friday, there was a tram going across the viaduct kind of thing. But of course, there's no tram tracks up there whatsoever. So it's all done post-production and put in at a later date. Down at the bottom, well, you've got two businesses. Sometimes you see a capital P on screen.
Paid.
What does that?
Paid in partnership.
Sort of, yeah, paid in partnership or product placement kind of thing. And they obviously have contracts with the co-op and the BT kind of thing for that, so that when they're filming down the street and they're in shots, well, they're advertising for those products kind of thing. I actually saw on Friday somebody go in the EE store and he turned left and then just had to stand still. If you watch it again, you'll see him. The EE store, well, that used to be Costa.
Yes.
The Costa. And then, of course, over here, well, you've got hilarious things going on here. George Shuttleworth, the funeral director, and Tony Maudsley, the actor. You'll remember him as Kenneth in Benidorm, kind of thing. Hilarious. Episode a couple of weeks ago where he got high on tramadol and ended up being bundled into a hearse, kind of thing, while they sorted out a funeral. Absolutely hilarious. And now we've got his sister coming into it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. She looks formidable to me. She looks like she's going to cause a few ruptures. And then everybody seems to need an opportunity to go for a bit of a cry or a sit down. Well, that seems to happen here in this memorial garden here, kind of thing, where people go and talk about their woes in married life to their neighbours. I mean, why Tim and Aggie are having a conversation about what's going on. Oh, that's funny. And then over in the corner over there, over at the back, that's the memorial bench for the victims of the arena bombing 5 years ago. Wow. So we're going to take a few minutes just to walk around, take your pictures, and then we'll meet at the co-op.
Excuse me, where's Seb's Memorial Garden?
So Seb's Memorial Garden is that green one just there. We've walked past it. Yeah.
Do they do any filming inside Rory's Rod? They looked in the window. Looked as if it's obviously just mocked up.
Just mocked up so that if there's
So there's
scenes,
shots, it looks like real thing.